Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the campus of Newman University. Anthony Salvato, you're watching WSJP live on YouTube here for the Catholic League Championship between the Hawks of St. Joe's Prep and the Explorers of LaSalle College High School. We are just set to get underway. Opening face-off, and the ball is awarded to LaSalle, and here they come, ripping a shot. And just wide of the goaltender, Keegan Dunn, and it will remain Explorers' ball to start. That shot there from Davis. Pulled wide, and the Explorers set up shop again. Wick dumps it around the outside, and now behind the goal. Explorers establishing possession early. Hawks trying to play catch up. Back up top for Wick. Takes it to the right, dumps it down low. Pulling back from a shot there was Vandergrift, Jack Vandergrift. Sent up once again to the top. To Wick, now to Vandergrift, now back down low for Brocken. Explorers going around the horn, Wick going to the opposite side. This one batted out of the air by Cunningham. And it's LaSalle who will maintain possession. Wick over to Vandergrift. Vandergrift to the right. Back behind the goal. Up top for Wick. To Vandergrift again. Thought about the shot. Pulled back. Cycles it behind for Brocken. To the front for fires. Scores.
LaSalle.
Yep.
Number 23 for the Explorers, Paul Van Bastelar.
That was Paul Van Bastelar.
It's 1-0 LaSalle.
On the shot there for the Explorers. And they jump to a 1-0 lead here with 10:21 remaining in the first period. Back to the face-off circle we go. Tied up, Explorers come loose with it. Dumped over to Vandergrift from Henry. Vandergrift with some time on the near side, sends it back behind the goal for Broderick. Broderick defended by Trot Cush. Number 18 for the Hawks. Sent back up top for Wick. Over to Vandergrift, now down low for Broderick. Around the horn again. Makes its way back up top. Vandergrift hangs on to it. Once again, sends it around. Wick cutting towards the middle. Thought about a shot, pulled back, it's loose. Hawks going for it, can't get to it. Vandergrift from the near side, back up top to Wick. Now behind the goal for Broderick again. To Vandergrift, to the middle. Back down low. Sent in front, over the head. This one's loose. It'll be Hawks' ball. For the first time this game. Hawks get going. Reigning PCL MVP, Anthony Labor with the ball. First Hawks MVP since Mitch Lloyd just a few years ago, but first to have it solo in quite some time. Lloyd did split the MVP. It'll be Quinn Gaffney behind the goal for the Hawks. Meeting some strong resistance by the Explorers. Tried to send that across for Teddy Fenlon. Out of bounds. It'll be Explorers' ball. They look to start another rush here. Here they come. Down low for Vandergrift. Behind the goal for Wick. up top, and the Explorers reset. A few substitutions as well. Explorers circling around. That pass is loose. Hawks pick it up. Here they come. Chase Carl loses it at midfield. Fenelon trying to pick it up. Now it's scooped up by Fox. Fox has that knocked away. Hard hit. In midfield, we have a flag. The Explorers playing the advantage. It'll be Vandegrift. Down low. Now back up top again. Sent up top to Davis. Davis over to Evan Galato. Now behind for Vandegrift. Dunn hugging the post. Sent to the middle to Galato. Fires a shot. Hit the post, it looks like. And loose. Back in opposite field. Labor scoops it up. Labor in on goal. Walks in. Fires. Scores. And we get a whistle. This will not count. So no goal there for Labor. Had a nice breakaway opportunity, but first we will get the flag called. Looks like number 2, Grant Snyder. The Explorers were playing with an advantage there. And they will restart play. Scalato to Bastelar. Now to Davis, back to Galato. Down low. Galato from the wing, fires a shot, hit the post again. Comes up top to Van Bastelar. Over to Galato. To Vandegrift. Short side, thought about the shot, pulls back. From behind the net. To Galato. Had a lane for the shot, instead sends it back up top for Van Bastelar. Paul Van Bastelar over to Evan Galato. To Jack Vandegrift, back to Galato. Explorers cycling again. Davis down low. Back to Davis, back to Van Bastelar. Broderick down low for Vandegrift, couldn't get to it in time. It'll be Hawks ball. Dunn will start things out for the Hawks. Dunn, just a sophomore, earned the starting role last season as a freshman. The Hawks with possession, charging ahead, Luke Bieberbach. Dumped it off for Fenelon, who now leaves it for McConaughey. Will McConaughey, brother of Owen McConaughey. Sends it to Labor. Labor behind the Explorers' net. Trying to work his way to the middle. Cannot. Strong defense there by the Explorers. The Hawks send it back up top. McConaughey. Around the far side. Around the net. Looking to the middle. Slowing up. 4:19 remaining in this opening frame. McConaughey to the middle. Shot by Bieberbach. One-handed attempt. And a save there by the goalkeeper for the Explorers. Looks like Nelson. The Hawks will maintain possession. McConaughey spinning off his man, trying to get to the middle. And that one knocked loose. Off his stick there by Blanche. Nelson controls it for the Explorers. 1-0 lead. 3:40 remaining. Once again in this opening period. The Explorers lead 1-0. Davis over midfield. The Explorers look to set up once again. Leaves it for Van Bastelaar. Now to the far side for Broderick. Now down low. Now over for Davis. Galato re-enters this game. And he'll get the ball right here. Spinning back towards the middle. Up top for Davis. Davis steps into a shot, pulls it wide. Explorers will resume play here. It's Vandegrift. Vandegrift spinning, firing a shot, save, done. It's loose under him, and now he scoops it up. Great save there by the sophomore Keegan Dunn. Dangerous pass, however, to get that to the outside for Trot Cushman. Fenlon over to McConaughey. As the Hawks get set up now on offense. Trailing 1-0. McConaughey cutting wide, cutting back, loses the ball. It's loose. Explorers unable to get under it. And they will not keep possession. The Hawks get it back. McConaughey sends it over to Fenlon. Great effort there by McConaughey to get that ball back. As Fenlon cuts around the near side. Thought about driving to the middle. Instead, cut back, sends it up top for Snyder. Snyder over to Fox. Cutting in. Down low for Labor. Labor to the front of the net. Spins off one. Spins off two. Fires a shot. Scores.
St. Joe's Prep Store.
The PCL MVP.
Anthony Labor.
Already with his fingerprints on this one. It's 1-1. We're tied up here with 1:22 remaining in this first period. Hawks get it off the faceoff. Looks like we'll get a timeout here with 1:12 remaining.
Timeout 1:12 remaining in the first period.
We'll be right back in just a moment with more first period action here for the Catholic League Championship. Stay tuned. And welcome back to PCL Championship Action here from Newman University. My name is Anthony Salvato. You're watching WSJP live on YouTube. Here in the final minute of the first period. It's the Hawks with possession. Snyder sends it up top for McConaughey in a hurry. Cutting around the far side, fires a shot wide. Looks like the Hawks will get there first and will keep possession. 45.8 seconds remaining in this first period. Anthony Labor will start with the ball for the Hawks. Labor pushing his way towards the middle, sends it up top for Fenlon. Fenlon sends that over for Gaffney. Quinn Gaffney cutting in. Falling down, fired a shot and was blocked by Nelson. The Explorers the other way with 20 seconds left now. Over the middle, missed pass, Hawks unable to get there. The Explorers take it. Down low, 8 seconds left. Up top for Van Bastelar, fires a shot wide, 3 seconds left. Now 2. Clock stops with 2.7 seconds left in this period. The Explorers will not have a lot of time to get this off. They send it in front, pass does not connect, and that will do it for our opening period here in the PCL Championship. Stay tuned, we'll be back in a moment with second period action when we return. Welcome back. We are underway in the second period. It's the Explorers that will start with possession. Once again, thank you for tuning in. It'll be Davis up top for Wick. Now to the far side for Galato. Evan Galato sends it down low. Over to Davis. Davis back up top for Wick. Now down low for Broderick. In front for Vandergrift. Doesn't get a shot off. Hangs on to it. Galato. Around to Wick. Up top. Defended by Drew Reeves. The long pole for the Hawks. Or one of them. Sent to the outside for Galato. Defended by Chase Carl, the other long pole out there. Van Bastelar. Back up top. Slow and methodical approach for the Explorers. Just waiting for that shot to open up. Broderick. Fights off some contact, and it's sent back up top. Rain beginning to come down here at Newman University. A little bit of wind with it as well, as Vandegrift sends it behind for Van Bastelar and gets it right back. Vandegrift, his pass is batted out of bounds by the Hawks, so will remain Explorers ball. .9:45 remaining, or 9:53 remaining in the second period. Van Bastelar working his way around, sends it up top. Down low for Vandegrift. Buying some time, working his way around to Galato, to Davis. Davis cuts back and goes back up top. Davis over to Galato on the far side. To Vandegrift. Cush steps up to Vandegrift. Van Bastelar calling for it behind the net. Waiting, sends it in front. Stolen by the Hawks. That's Nick Cunningham. The long pole racing away into Explorer territory. Finds Cush to the middle. Fires a shot. Save by Nelson. Scooped up by the Hawks. Hard hit there on Snyder to force that ball loose. And the Explorers the other way. That was Van Stone leveling Snyder, getting the ball back. Set in front for Van Stone. Fires a shot well over the net and out of bounds. Explorers keep possession. So we resume play. Galato waiting for some help. Courager checks in. Sends it over to Van Bastelar and gets it right back. Courager to the middle. Up to Galato. Cutting wide, cutting back. Sending it down low for Broderick. Broderick to Van Bastelar. Back up top for Vandegrift. And now down low to Galato again. Spinning off of Davis Peterson, senior. Heading to Boston College next year. Shot fired wide by Vandegrift. Wick. Make that Broderick with heavy contact. From Peterson, keeps it alive. Courager up top for Galato. Fake the shot, cuts back. Hawks defense is right there for it. Courager over to Van Bastelar, fires a shot, saved by Dunn, picked back up by Van Bastelar. Up top for Wick. Over to Vandegrift, now leaves it for Galato. The Explorers reset. The Hawks' offensive structure holding well. Vandegrift fires a shot, scores.
LaSalle score. Vandegrift, Jack Vandegrift.
Jack Vandegrift picks his corner and hits it.
It's 2-1.
And nips Keegan Dunn to make it 2-1 LaSalle. Face off at midfield. The Explorers again winning it. Had the Hawks number there today. It's Davis cutting in. Takes a check by McGuire and pulls the shot wide. 6:23 remaining in the second period and in this first half. Wick sends a bouncing pass over for Vandergrift. Hawks didn't jump on it in time, allowing the Explorers to set up shop. Vandergrift down low for Broderick. To the wing for Courager. Now back up top. Down low to Broderick again. Up to Vandergrift to Galato. Vandergrift looking inside. Stead sends it back up top. Galato looking for Courager. Broken up by Cunningham again. Here come the Hawks. Over to Labor. Labor trying to cut around his defender. Slows up in the far corner. Waiting for some help. Hawks get some subs. And Labor. Defended by Wills. Round behind the goal he goes to the near side. Calling for some help. Sends it up to Jake Fox. Fox around the far side, up top for Snyder. The Hawks setting up. Snyder over to Fenlon. Fenlon with some speed, cutting around. Cuts back. Looking for a lane, can't find it just yet. Takes it all the way up top. Defended by Missett. Now switches off. Fenlon on the far side by the bench. Still with possession. Fenlon cutting towards the middle. Spinning, fires a shot. Wide, and the Explorers get there first. 3:55 remains in the second period. The Explorers lead 2-1. These two teams did meet earlier in the season. A 10-5 win for LaSalle. The Hawks jumped out to an early 5-0 lead. The Explorers came charging all the way back. There was an extended break in the middle of the game. Shot right in front, saved by Dunn, denying Broderick. Long pass ahead for Cush. Gets under it, almost under it. Loses it, and now is able to scoop it up. Sends it to Labor. Now back behind the net for Snyder. Snyder over for Fenlon. Fenlon to Bieberbach. Right off the bench. Sends it over to Labor. Hawks make a few more subs. And now Labor ready to start up the offense. Cutting wide. Well behind the goal now. Trying to get past Missett. Fires a shot. Won't get to the net, but the Hawks will keep possession. Bieberbach will start it up. We resume play here with 2:40 remaining in the second period. Bieberbach finds Labor. Another shot, misses the net. Fox will resume play for us. Two and a half to go in this half. Fox up to Labor. Labor for a cutting McConaughey. Sends it back to him. Now up top for Bieberbach. Beaverbach. Cutting wide. Thought about the pass. Now hangs on to it. Sends it in front. Fenlon. Shot is blocked by Nelson, but he gets his own rebound. Leaves it for Snyder. Snyder to the middle looking for McConaughey. Won't get there in time. And Nelson able to scoop it up. Has Snyder right on him. Just barely able to get rid of that ball. Sent across for Wills. Now played ahead for the Explorers. Looks like we have another timeout. 1:35 remains in this half. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the campus of Newman University here for the PCL Championship matchup between the Hawks and the Explorers. Anthony Salvato saying once again thank you for tuning in to WSJP. It's 2-1 here with 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining in this second period. Hawks looking to tie it up before the half, but the Explorers will start with the ball first. It's Van Bastelar. Over to Wick. Now down low for Vandegrift. Final minute 20 in this first half. If you're just tuning in now, it's looked pretty similar to this all game. The Explorers have had most of the possession. They've really been taking their time trying to find the right shot. The Hawks had one opportunity with Anthony Labor. He made the most of it to make it 2-1. Has not been a lopsided game in any way. The Hawks have had their chances, but time of possession in the Explorers' favor by a sizable amount. It's Van Bastelar sends it down low. Vandegrift trying to work his way to the front. And they'll reset. 35 seconds left now in period 2 and in this half. Vandegrift to Galato, steps into a shot wide. Looks like the Hawks got there first. That'll be Cunningham winning the foot race against Broderick. But the Explorers get it back. Wick charging in, has it knocked loose. Had it for a moment. Now play whistled dead. Timeout by the Explorers. 16.4 seconds left.
16 seconds remaining in the half.
And we'll take another quick break. We'll be right back. Final 16 and a half seconds left in this opening half. Welcome back, the Explorers. We'll start with possession. Brocken sends it to Galato. Now to Van Bastelar, to Vandergrift. 2 seconds left. 1. Charging to the net. Saved by Dunn, and that will do it for the first half.
LaSalle ahead of St. Joe's 2-1 as we get
The Explorers lead 2-1 after one half of play. We'll have a 10-minute halftime, and then we'll be back with second half action between the Hawks of St. Joe's Prep and the Explorers of LaSalle College High School. Stay tuned. We'll return with second half action. Thank you. Welcome back to the Catholic League Championship. We are underway in the second half. And getting things started with a bang. Paul Van Bastelaar pulls a shot wide of the net. Thank you once again for tuning in. My name is Anthony Salvato. You're watching WSJP live on YouTube. Second meeting this season between the Hawks and the Explorers. 10-5 win for the Explorers in their last matchup. The Hawks were up 5-0. The Explorers scored 10 unanswered to make it 10-5. Here we are finding ourselves at 2-1 to start period number 3. Brocken sends it over to Davis. Now back to Brocken. Up top, Galato down low to Vandegrift. Vandegrift trying to spin off of Peterson. Sends it back up for Davis. Now over for Wick. Now to the far side for Van Bastelaar. Cutting around. Leaves it for Vandegrift. Vandegrift to Galato. Galato to Wick. Down low again for Van Bastelaar. Back up top to Wick. Steps into a shot. Scores! Took an Explorer's bounce right under the stick of Keegan Dunn. And it's now 3-1 LaSalle.
3-1 LaSalle. 10:43 remaining in the third.
.43 remains in this period. We'll have another face-off here at midfield. The Explorers working it out of their own end. It's Van Stone pushing ahead over midfield, and the Hawks get the ball right back. Cush to Snyder. Now over to Labor, who slows up and sends it up top for Fox. Hawks offense looking to get set up. Cush rushing off. McConaughey checks in. Fox cutting wide, cutting back, and will send it across for McConaughey. Defended by Missett. Now sent over to Labor, defended by Wills. Labor trots around behind the net. Slows up. Sends it down low. Snyder waits for a moment. Starts to cut around. Finds Fenlon. Fenlon up top for Fox. Fox with some pressure, walks in, fires a shot, saved by Nelson. And he hangs on. Nelson sending it over to Missett. And now ahead for Henry. Henry over midfield. Leaves it for Vandegrift. And the Explorers looking to set up now. Side of the net, shot, scores. A quick one from Wick makes it now 4-1 in favor of the Explorers.
Check that, number 32, the scorer. Max Wickersham.
Wick makes it 4-1 for the Explorers. Face off here at midfield. The Hawks yet to win one today. They get their first one. At least it appeared so. Instead possession awarded to the Explorers. Davis over for Galato. Back to Davis with some space. Cuts around. Sends it behind for Wick. Wick over for Van Bastelar. Back to Wick. Back to Van Bastelar. They play catch while they get some more subs. It was 2-1 to start the half. Now just a few minutes in, the Explorers have already added 2 more to their total. It's 4-1. Vandegrift to Galato. Dropped pass by the Explorers, but they're able to recover. Palaviero lost sight of that one for a moment. This pass tipped by Cunningham. And all the way out. Van Bastelar will resume play. Over for Brocken. Brocken fakes the shot, sends over to Galato, sends it down low for Vandegrift. Behind the goal for Wick. Check that was for Davis. Now Wick has it. Vandegrift fires a shot high over the post and out of play. The Explorers were there first, and they will keep possession. Van Bastelar over to Vandegrift. To Galato. To Brocken. Around the horn back to Wick. Van Bastelar to Wick. To Brocken. Galato looking for the shot. Cuts back. And resets. Vandegrift. Wide open shot. And airs that one out into the far corner. The Explorers keep possession. 6:50 remaining in this third period. Hawks trailing 4-1. The lone goal from Anthony Labor, this year's Catholic League MVP. Brocken. Over to Wick, now down low. Galato now. Back to Vandegrift. Explorers taking their time. Missed pass. Pass Wick. Snyder is taken down by Van Stone, and the Hawks get the ball. Snyder thought about the pass, was looking for Cush, instead hangs on, and takes it himself. Over to Fox. The Hawks get some more subs. This will be Gaffney. Checks in, gets the ball. Works his way to the middle. Quinn Gaffney bounces one. It's loose. Fenlon had a chance at it. Nelson coughs it up right in front. It's still loose. Back behind the goal. And hustling to it is Duffy. The Explorers unable to keep it up. And now it's Wills with it. Over to Duffy. Runs into Snyder. But is able to break loose. Mishandled pass again in midfield. That one knocked loose by Bieberbach. And the Hawks the other way. Bieberbach ahead for Labor. Gets up for that high pass. The Hawks keep it. Get it right back. Labor from the near corner. In the final 5 minutes of this third period, Hawks need 3 to tie. Gaffney with it. Over to Labor. Played down low to Fenlon. Back up to Labor. Labor. Over to Gaffney. Gaffney cutting to the middle. Cutting back. Sending it back up top. Now across for Fenlon. Fenlon charging in. Fires a shot wide. Hawks will get there first. To maintain possession, Grant Snyder will start with the ball for the Hawks. Snyder over to Fenlon. Fenlon spinning, cutting back. Guarded by Vanstone. Fenlon cutting wide. Behind the net for Labor. Labor curls back. Another move. It's loose in front. Fenlon can't get to it. Still loose. Labor trying to get under it. Popped up in the air. Now Fenlon does come away with it. Teddy Fenlon fires a shot as he's falling. And blocked by Nelson. Fenlon a little shaken from that hit, but a flag goes flying. And the Hawks will play with an advantage here. Fenlon able to get back up, stays out there. Bieberbach will start things up for the Hawks. Labor to Gaffney, whose pass was batted. The ball is loose. Gaffney gets it back. Sends it up top for Labor. Couldn't handle that pass. Now has to recollect it and cut back. Labor over to Bieberbach. Thought about the shot. Instead leaves it for Labor. Fires. Save. Nelson. The Explorers take it out. Or do they? They lose it. McConaughey gets it back. McConaughey with some speed. Fires a shot. Save. Nelson again. Fought through some contact there. Henry took a nice hearty chop at his stick there. And McConaughey able to get a shot off, but Nelson with the answer. The Explorers the other way now. It's Wick to Vandergrift. Now back to Wick. 4-1, 2:20 remaining in this third period. Quite the low-scoring matchup for both sides. Hawks have been an offensive powerhouse this season. And even in their first meeting, 15 combined goals. Now just 5. The most full 3 periods of play. It's Wick buying time. Sending it up top to Davis. Now over to Brocken. Now down low for Vandergrift. Vandergrift thinking shot. Harassed by Snyder. Gets it away. Davis's pass is broken up by Cunningham. Hawks take it the other way. Cunningham circles back, sends it over to Dunn. Dunn just getting it over Vandergrift, and the Hawks have some time, but trying to get it out of their own half. That was Connell McGuire. Got it ahead. It's Cunningham leading the charge for the Hawks. Dumps it off for Labor. And we'll get a change. Final minute of this third period. It's McConaughey. Cutting wide. Down low for Snyder. Or make that Fenlon. Fenlon from an angle. Gets up and blocked by Nelson. Heading the other way with it is Wills. Gets to midfield, plays it ahead. That pass out of reach. Hawks will get there first. 21 seconds left. Dunn launches it over to Bieberbach. Bieberbach over midfield. 15 seconds left now. Trying to shake one defender. 8 seconds left. 5. Fires a shot. Out of play. Hawks ball. 4 seconds left. Gaffney gets it. We resume play. Gaffney's pass is broken up, and that will do it for the third period. At the end of 3, it's the Explorers 4, the Hawks 1. We'll be back with fourth period action when we return. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Fourth and final period here in this Philadelphia Catholic League Championship matchup. 12 minutes will be the difference maker in the Hawks season. Collecting their first or second face-off win of the day. This ball will be sent across for Trot Kush. Down low for Snyder. And the Hawks showing a sense of urgency early in this fourth quarter. Or period. Snyder sending it across looking for Bieberbach. Couldn't get there in time. And the Explorers will start. We'll resume play here. Charging ahead for the Explorers is Koch. Down low for Van Bastelar. Takes it around, trying to work to the middle. Sends it up top for Davis. Only the winner of this game will move on to state playoffs. Due to a decrease of the number of teams between the public leagues and the Catholic leagues, they will not be able to send two Catholic League teams to states. So this will decide it. One team season will end today. In years prior, both teams would move on. The Hawks done that for the last two seasons. They dropped the PCL Championship to LaSalle, but had advanced to states. Will not be the case today. This is for everything. It'll be Van Bastelar for the Explorers. Sends it up top for Wick. Make that Brocken. Bouncing pass. Now over for Galato. Now down low for Vandergrift in the far corner. Van Bastelar to Wick. To Davis. Around the horn. Back to Galato. To Vandergrift down low. Van Bastelar trying to cut towards the net. Fighting off the attempts of Bieberbach to swat that ball loose. Vandergrift cuts in, fakes a shot, fires another, and out. It remains Explorers' ball, however. Nick Cunningham was rushing to get there in time to get that ball back for the Hawks. Instead, it remains with the Explorers. 9.5 minutes remaining in this fourth period. Vandergrift around behind the net. Over to Davis. Back up top to Wick. All the way around. Vandergrift gets it back. Wick with a screen from Van Bastelar. Gets over to Galato. Curls back and dumps it down low again. Pass in front for Brocken. Didn't take the shot. And the Explorers reset. Galato down low for Vandergrift. Looking for the pass. Can't find it. Sends it back up top. Vandergrift again. Over to Galato. 8:15 remaining in this fourth period. Vandergrift fires a tough angle shot, scooped up by Dunn. Handles that one with relative ease and takes it out himself. Sends it over to Jake Fox, senior for this Hawks team. Sends it back to Dunn, and Dunn ahead. Nice pass for McConaughey. Head over midfield. McConaughey to the middle, finds Fenlon, fires wide, just wide. Ball is loose behind the net, and Nelson is able to come loose with it. Great opportunity. And the Hawks, a little bit of shock on the other end. Wick fires a shot. Pass done. Tack on another for the Explorers. It's 5-1. The Hawks had a chance in the offensive end. Couldn't connect with it, and the Explorers go back and make them pay on the other end. The lead is now increased to 4. The Hawks, however, win the face-off here. And it's Cush starting it up for the Hawks. That was Tyler DiGirolamo on the face-off win. It's really turned it around in the second half. Labor works his way out from behind the net for the Hawks. 7 minutes remaining in this game. Labor cuts in and cuts back. Sends it over to Gaffney. Gaffney in front. Shot steered wide by Bieberbach. Hawks will keep possession. Tight race there to that ball. Between the long pole Duffy and Grant Snyder. Snyder around, falling, fires and scores. Hawks cut the lead to 3. It's 5-2 now. Grant Snyder. Great effort there. The senior gives the Hawks a little bit of life here. 6:18 remaining now. Lead down to 3. Hawks need a face-off win here from DiGirolamo. DiGirolamo, only a freshman. Starting defenseman for varsity hockey as well. Yard sale in midfield. Looks like a broken stick, actually. The pass over the head of Trot Cush. And it will be the Explorers' ball. The Hawks need to get this back quick, as they need 3 to tie. Nelson will start play up for the Explorers. Sends it over to Davis at midfield. From the far wing. Now up top for Galato. The Explorers buying some time. In no hurry. Galato dumps it off for Van Bastelar, who cuts back and now cuts in. Defended by Cush. Sent over to Vandegrift. Down low for Brocken. Brocken cutting towards the net, cutting back. Van Bastelar hangs on to it. The Hawks need to up their pressure if they want this ball back. Van Bastelar taking plenty of time in the near corner. With not much resistance yet. The only 2 players moving right now are Van Bastelar and Cush. Now Wick gets it back. Sends it over for Galato. Galato cutting around. Dumps it down low for Brocken. Brocken back to Van Bastelar. .405 remaining in this 4th period. Van Bastelar just looking for the pass in front, instead hangs on. Explorers mostly playing keep away. That one in front, steered wide. Hawks will get there first, and we'll get possession. Now 3:47 remains. Cush with a long pass ahead. Looking for long pole Tommy Musi. Got it to him. But it was loose. Looks like the Hawks, as they scooped it up, called a timeout to keep possession. And with 3:39, Hawks will talk it over to try and knot this up. We'll be right back in just a moment. Welcome back to the fourth and final frame of this one. It's the Explorers with a 5-2 lead over the Hawks in the PCL Championship. Winner moves on to states. Loser goes home. Explorers lead 5-2 once again. It's the Hawks with possession. Snyder dumped it off for Fenlon, who will now send it behind the net for McConaughey. Wearing his brother's old number. Now up top for Labor. Labor cutting in, cutting wide. And cycles back to the corner. 3:05 remains. Labor fires a shot, falling down. And Snyder will get there first. Hawks will keep possession. Labor is still down on the field. Coaches and trainers out to check on him. He does get to his own feet and is up and walking. A little shaken. It looks to be okay now. Looks like he will come off the field, however. A huge loss for this Hawks team. He has really quarterbacked their offense here. They will now need to fill the role. This year's Catholic League MVP as well. Has his helmet off. Looks like he throws back on. Looks like he may be coming in soon. Snyder works it over to Gaffney. Gaffney fires a shot from the angle. Snyder there first. Hawks maintain possession. 2:36 remains in this fourth period. Snyder over for Gaffney. Gaffney loses it. It's taken by the Explorers, knocked away by Koch. Gains midfield. Over to Wick. Wick over to Vandergrift. Vandergrift cutting around, buying time. To Koch. Now meeting some heavy pressure by the Hawks. Keegan Dunn very far out of the net. Vandergrift. Over for Wick. Gonna whistle. This ball awarded to the Hawks. 1:42 remains. And we'll get a timeout.
Timeout, 1:42.
First, it looks like from the Explorers. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned. Welcome back once again, Anthony Salvato. You're watching the Catholic League Championship live on WSJP. 142 remains in this fourth period. Hawks season on the line as they trail by 3. They will start with the ball. Fenlon into the Explorers' half. Cutting around, cutting back, into the middle, fires a shot, scores! Teddy Fenlon adds another. It's 5-3. With 1:14 remaining.
Number 3.
Teddy Fenlon once
Teddy
again
Fenlon. It's 5-3 with 1:14.
giving the Hawks some hope here. They're not out just yet. Face off at midfield. DiGirolamo and Davis. And the Explorers win it. Davis over to Wick. Final minute now. Wick. Cross now down low for Vandergrift. Vandergrift to Van Bastelar. Dunn playing out of the crease as an extra defender. Sent to the middle. Wide open net for Vandergrift. And he scores. Dunn falls on him and flags go flying. That'll make it 6-3 for the Explorers and will likely put this one to bed. Jack Vandergrift.
Jack Vandergrift.
That's his second of the day.
The 6th goal, 6-3 with under a minute remaining.
Now 50.6 seconds left. There are 3 flags on the field. The officials will go and sort this one out. And the Hawks would have to manage 3 goals in that time to keep their season alive. But otherwise, that may have been the dagger from the Explorers. Brocken lost that one. The Hawks get it back. 44 seconds left now. Hawks trail 6-3. Keegan Dunn charging ahead with this one. Sends a pass past Snyder, but scooped up by Fenlon. Fenlon with some speed down the side. Teddy Fenlon cuts back to the middle, trying to get towards the net. Slows up, flag goes flying. This one played out to Bieberbach. Bieberbach fakes a shot, walks in, has it knocked off his stick, loses it as Nelson scoops it up. 13.5 seconds left. Hawks will play with an advantage. Update on Hawks baseball. As of the bottom of the second inning, it's 7-0 Father Judge with a 4-run inning from the Crusaders. Thirteen and a half seconds remain here. And it looks like a timeout from the Hawks.
And the Hawks call timeout.
We'll be right back in just a moment with the final 13 and a half seconds here from the Catholic League Championship. The Explorers up 3. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the campus of Newman University. The Hawks with possession. Here in the final 13 seconds, Labor, harassed by the Explorers defense, pulls a shot wide. Flag goes flying. Down to 3 seconds now. Labor had his helmet knocked off in that scuffle. The Explorers just seconds away from yet another Lacrosse Catholic League Championship. Many in a long line. Fenelon will just hang on to it. And that will do it. LaSalle Explorers, who are Catholic League champions for the 2022-2023 season. Their third straight win against the Hawks. Hawks make it 3 years in a row and drop 3 straight to the Explorers. Your final score here, 6-3. Be sure to check us out on our social medias at SJP Broadcasting, at SJPrep_sports, on Twitter at SJP Broadcasting, on Instagram, and here on YouTube at WSJP and Prep Broadcasting on Twitch. Thank you once again for tuning in. This was our last broadcast of the season. And this is my last broadcast with WSJP, with our cameraman Zach Reagan down there as well. Another senior, our final game together. It's been a great year. Hawks have had a very successful few seasons, notably the football state championship. Basketball into the first round of playoffs for the first time in a while. It's great fall sports, some great winter sports, and best of luck to Prep Baseball as they attempt to crawl out of a 7-run hole in the top of the third. But as it stands, likely our last broadcast of the season. Thank you for a great 4 years and a great season of sports here at WSJP. We'll likely see you next season to start the year down at Battle at the Beach between the Hawks and IMG down at Ocean City at the end of August. One last time, thank you. Good night, everyone, and go Prep. We'll see you soon.